beings, welcome back to our kingdom here. I hope you are doing so well, as it is always good here in the kingdom of God. And we are just going to check out some water energy and see what Jehovah wants to bring up. I'm so excited. It has been beautiful element reading so far today, and I'm just probably going to shit my spiritual pants when I see what comes out for you, water signs. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Jehovah, let's just bring you in, Lord. I feel your presence already. Give energy for Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, please. And we will be doing a secret card as well. We will be doing the secret card as well. It's this one here. All right. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy for all water signs. Well, we have a neutralizing 8 of Swords. So now, before the 8 has to be there, I already see 2 4s. And that's what I see first, honestly, as that 8 is there. If I see a 10, I see 2 5s first. If I see a 6, I see 2 3s first. So I see the front and the back, the inside and the outside, the masculine and the feminine. And I really feel as if someone here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, is absolutely taking over their brain and rewiring it. They've been working through the trauma, the old victim mindset, the old fixed mindset, the flesh-minded operating system that they were born into, and being able to understand the plasticity of their own brain, especially as we're seeing the inside and outside of this mental state. 8 is going to be that strength, the inside and the outside, but it also belongs to the 7. And in Psalm 119, the 7 is going to come up as the het, the fence. And by way of Gematria Tarot, it is the chariot. It is the house of communication. It is the operating vehicle. It is the way that things are being held. The fence, the way that this can be hugged on the inside as it is protected on the outside, which is why that first part has to come in before that next part can with that 8. And that 8 in Psalm 119 goes back to the tet, and it is the snake eyes, the serpent, the snake in the basket, which is exactly what happens here, because the 8 is going to come in and it has to be able to transcend every single part here, but it can't, because it can only be on the inside. It can't be on the outside. It is the energy itself, the potential of the communication from the inside to the outside that makes the whole chariot dysfunctional. And when anxiety is very much present here, it's this mental illness. The depression has absolutely been here. There's been suicidal tendencies that you did not follow through with, or you were able to survive one. And I'm so proud of you for either direction that you have been placed in, that you now have decided to find your will and your life purpose and to be saved by grace. And it's absolutely beautiful. Romans 8 is also coming up. We see 8 here. And it's just operating out of our spirit-minded and the growth that we have there intended from God, instead of the power of fear. The power of love is there to give us the wisdom, the knowledge, the power, and perception, as He so has through His will, not our will, here on earth. And if we are trying to control things on earth, it's because, for one, the internal strength has been dysfunctional. It does not feel safe. Our basic needs are not being met emotionally, verbally, physically, mentally, spiritually, even financially, if there's abuse there. Any childhood trauma that you're holding on to is going to be held on the inside of your strength here. So if the inside of your nervous system is dysfunctional, then of course the outside is going to be. And then you got to the point that you just were done being an emotional punching bag for everybody else. And then you decided, oh shit, I treated myself as this emotional punching bag. And then you decided to take yourself off the ceiling, and you put that old flesh away, and you decided to take care of it and tidy it up and cherish it for what it was, learn from it, reminisce on all the good times that you had with it, but also the bad times, and then put it down and walk away and begin to understand that there's new memories to be made. There's new ways of life. There's always more than one solution. When your fixed mindset before would just give you the fear of only being stuck in one place, and there's only one way out. When this growth mindset that's absolutely here, which is where you're polarizing to, because if the neutral is there, it had to be negative first. Okay. It could also have been there and depolarizing to be neutral, but I don't see that in you. That's not what you've been suffering for. You are finally getting to that point where you're ripping off the layers. You are de-shedding the snake skin, and it doesn't belong to the chariot anymore, because that chariot was put away in the closet. And now there's a new, truer, flesh scientific test tube that you are now operating out of, which means that your heart and your mind have had to have changed the inside to the outside. Cancers, Pisces, Scorpio. That's absolutely beautiful. What else is here, Lord, for water signs? We have 8 of Swords. We're going to have 16 Wands, which also brings in our Tower energy. Look at that, 6 of Wands. Well, we said 16 Wands. That 10 is going to be there to continue showing you why things happened for a reason and why they ended for a reason. But you have always had the victory over this mindset, sweetheart. It just became too powerful and overcame your lover's decision. In Psalm 119, the 6 is going to go back to the Sein. It is 2 out of the 3 eyes, the 3 portals within the whole spectrum, from the beginning to the end, the Alpha and the Omega, the Aleph, to all the way to the Tav, the end. This lover's is Sein, and it is Lord's implement to cut and divide away from what doesn't make us peaceful, only to bring in more that will bring us peaceful by way of the internal energy. Now the 6 is here, so it brings in the feminine paradigm to go out on this side, but it's also helping the strength here because the 8 belongs to the 7, which belongs to the 6. So now the 6 is here within that masculine spectrum of the Chariot to have that 8. So now we're going to have that feminine Chariot right here, and what's going to be here? Lord, let's do the feminine opposition to this 8, please. The inside, the 8 of Swords. What is this feminine side going through? Holy shit, 6 of Cups, absolutely. This is why this heart is being transformed. It's very neutral as well. And 666 is coming into play as well here, which Revelation 13:18 states that is man's truest alignment to bring in the balance. And this is absolutely true because it's talking about of flesh, and flesh is of Capricorn. It's of devil. It is of the earth. It is of hell. It is going to die and rot away. It is the power on the inside of the lovers, and the 3 6s meeting in order to bring in the feminine spectrum to overrule the vessel and really bring that star in, the balance of the masculine and the feminine energy. And Methuselah, who was the longest living spirit, lived to 969. He had to have had 666 first in order to gain that life spectrum, to gain that long light lifespan, in order to be able to be that example. And look at right here, this feminine aspect is really trying to clear out the mind now. The heart has been born anew. This is why that victory is already there. The surrendering is only in the mental capacity. And it's because the need to remove this is here. The need to be divided from the inside and not just the outside. Now we see this feminine spectrum here, but only this is 2 by 2 as this is 3 by 3 as well. I love that so much. What else is here, Lord? Let's do this 8 of Swords down here within this masculine side. Within this masculine side here. Holy shit, we well, I did say 7, Lord. I knew it. But look at this Empress. She's the one that's starting to mirror within this, you know, that heart being born anew. Here's the ascension. So if we have 6 to 7, we're going to have that 8 of Cups, which is that next ascension period where this masculine and feminine are going to meet in order for that to be breakthrough. Not broken down, breaking through, breaking apart, divided from, as that 8 continues to belong to that 7, as that Empress energy continues to move through that door because of that masculine energy. Lord, let's do that feminine Chariot there. That feminine Chariot. If another 7 comes out, I'm going to scream, I swear. What's this? 10. Yep, absolutely. So here's this potential. Here's this flesh. And this doesn't stop her from beginning and ending over and over again, because this feminine energy is there to backtrace this mental capacity. This masculine right here, 8 to 10. So that 6, 8, and 10, while it's going 6, 7, and 8, because it's belonging to the cups, the emotions. And God even tells us that I have to divide you away from what doesn't make you peaceful in your potential. So I must clean the inside of the cup first before the outside, the flesh, the potential energy can be cleansed. That balance must come in from the feminine spectrum on the inside of this intuition first before it can be relayed out towards the body, towards the flesh, and to the 3D spectrum. Think about when you surround yourself with someone who's toxic, someone whose energy just doesn't meet with yours, someone whose mindset is just so demeaning because that's how they treat themselves. They can only meet you where they meet themselves, no matter if it's love, no matter if it's anger, no matter whatever it is that they are suffering from. If their brain cannot think like yours because of that growth mindset, you're never going to be able to get what you need out of them. You're never going to be able to get what you want because it's their victim mentality that is overruling. And then you have to think about all of the spiritual consequences consequences you're giving yourself here within this Seven of Cups. So when you're allowing this mindset to now be in your body, it's because you had the nerve to exist around them. And that's why God also divided them from you, because you cannot heal in a place that made you sick. And if they're not willing to get better, honey, they're only going to intoxify you as a rotten fruit. And if one part of the tree is bad, then the whole part of the tree is bad, honey. Which is why this ending and beginnings continue to happen, as it is referring to your own strength from the feminine to the masculine water signs. It's absolutely so beautiful. Lord, let's do one more overall message here. Overall card here. What's going to happen once this mental anxiety can continue depolarizing away, as it's polarizing and bringing the stability from heart to mind here? Emotional stability. So you're no longer emotional reactive, but emotionally responsive. But you're going to think about it first. No impulsive words. You don't want to be reciprocated that way. You don't want to be seen that way. You don't want to be regretting anything that you might say or act upon. You want to make sure that when you say it, it's the truth, and it's only going to serve you proper consequences, because you've already gone through the pain and the suffering. You don't want to continue to produce more. Last messages here for water sign, Lord. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Thank you. Let's see. Nine of Wands. See, we have the power. We have the power. This is why 9 is divisible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Over and over and over by itself. But that 4 has to come in first, which is that Emperor's opposition. However, from that present paradigm where we saw the 2 3s, 3, 3, 3, 3, but this is going to be 3, then this is going to be 6, and this is going to be 9, and then this is going to be 12. But there's always that potential of one more to continue it going, because of how much is going on from the inside to the outside. There's so much potential here, and it's right here. He's already confirmed it. We also see 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So look at how he's ascending you while he's descending you to bring you to back to that stability, to that balance. 6 and 9 of Wands here. So that means we have 3 of Wands up here. We just can't see it. Doesn't mean it's not there. And we also would have to have 6 of Cups to go to that 9 of Cups, which is 2 by 2 from here in that masculine spectrum. Absolutely beautiful, Lord. Bottom of the deck here. Ace of Swords. Shut up, Lord. A new mental mindset. Oh my gosh. New spiritual backbone of faith. Oh my gosh, Lord. Look at that. Look at how close you are, dear. Wow, Lord, what a beautiful gift. This is what he's fueling your potential for, is because he knows that you have the opportunity to be able to think clearly and to have that overall beginning and end again with your heart and your mind. They are beginning to work on the middle pillar as your moon, your left pillar, your inside pillar is starting to work with your right, your outside pillar. I love that so much. 5 of Cups there. Shut up. 5, 6, and 7. Oh my gosh. Well, that's 2 by 2 here in the masculine spectrum. So then 6 and 8 would have to be here. 8 of Cups is right here on the back side of that card in another paradigm. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. It's all for your benefit, though. It's all for your benefit. King of Pentacles. Look at, there's that pre-Emperor energy, but that Queen is going to be right on the inside. Shut up. Look at that. There's that other Chariot that we talked about in here. That's 2 by 2 there. So once you can have the mindset, then your flesh is going to be operating with your mind, and you're going to make proper decisions out of your emotional stability and what you can offer yourself. And the Queens are right there on the backside. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean it's not there. The worst is over, honey. You have survived 100% of your worst days. And God says, look at my child. I just want you to survive and love and navigate through 100% of your best days. And he'll be there with you. Secret card. 4 of Pentacles. I want to give you everything in your balance, in your control. And it starts with 4. 2 polarizing, 2 depolarizing. 1 feminine, 1 masculine. 1 feminine, 1 masculine. 2 atria, 2 ventricle. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. I love you. And God loves you more than me. Wounds into light.